Thank you for attending this meeting for Allie Nickerson, who is suspected to have the learning disability dyslexia. Last week on April 15th, a pre-referral IEP meeting was held to determine how to better support Allie according to FAPE, guaranteed by the Rehabilitation Act of 1973 and the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. Recently, her teacher has become increasingly concerned about her inability to read. The participants at the meeting included Mr. Daniels, Mr. Polly Pocket, Dr. Samuel Pillerson, Mrs. Silver, Mrs. Nickerson, Travis Nickerson, Janet Luth, and Eliath Ruth. Allie is a 12-year-old 6th grade American girl fluent in speaking English. She lives at home with her mother, father, and older brother. Currently, her father is overseas in the military. Her mother works long hours as a waitress at a local restaurant, and her brother works at an auto shop. Socioeconomically speaking, her family is in the upper-low class to lower-middle class. Her interests involve daydreaming, or what she calls watching mind movies, and then drawing them in her sketchbook. She is a very talented artist, and is also very good at doing mental calculations. Due to her father's job in the military, they move around quite a bit, and she has to change schools a lot. Since she has been here at Dedo Elementary, she has been constantly sent to the principal's office for distracting the classroom. Her previous teacher, Mrs. Hall, felt like she was constantly disrespectful, and she gave her sympathy card at her baby shower. Since Mr. Daniels has taken over the class, her behavior has dramatically changed. He recognized her inability to read and allows her other opportunities to complete assignments, like drawing images to represent what she wants to say. Recently, she has taken up playing chess and has proved herself a natural at it. The reason why Allie is not performing well at grade level is because she has kept her inability to read discreet out of fear of being mocked. She is able to follow verbal instructions correctly unless they are instructions to write. Then she will disengage from the group. She often daydreams or will flat out ignore someone when they are talking to her. Once you get her attention, she has a tendency to argue or make inappropriate remarks. This is not typical behavior for someone at this age level. Drawing in her notebook is about the only thing that motivates her. Oftentimes, she'll be drawing pictures when she is supposed to be doing other work. When asked a question, she has the tendency to be quiet and waits you to answer the question for her or change the questions to something more favorable for her to answer. Mr. Daniels is taking over as a qualified long-term substitute, while Mrs. Hall is out on maternity leave. He has been teaching for several years and is currently taking classes on how he can work with special needs students. Mr. Daniels is the one who picked up and brought attention that Allie has dyslexia. Since he has taken over the class, Allie's grades and participation have improved. She is no longer sent to the office. He has accomplished this by allowing her to respond to her assignments by drawing in her notebook and giving her verbal instructions instead of written, along with helping her learn to read after school hours. He has even spearheaded an after-school chess club for her. Mr. Daniels has noticed that she has had a tendency to wait out a teacher when she is confronted with a problem or information she doesn't know how to respond to. He has also noticed that she is an exemplary at doing mental math calculations and problem solving. Mr. Polly Puckett has been teaching students with reading disabilities for 15 years. He has been at Ditto Elementary for the past 5 years and continues to elevate his success by researching cutting-edge techniques. He has only just met Allie, but is confident that they will develop a strong relationship through the remainder of the year. He is starting working on the phonics with her using large dry erase boards, allowing her to see the larger-than-life letters. She is very smart and has been catching on extremely fast. He is concerned about her low test scores, but feels they can improve quickly and regularly. Dr. Samuel Pillerson is a school psychologist and diagnostician who diagnoses students with disabilities, and he conducts tests to determine whether the chance of a disability is present. He conducts many tests to ensure that there is enough evidence to make a conclusion. He is only able to give diagnosis if there is a presumption of the student with abnormal test scores. Allie scored normal on her IQ test, however was extremely below average on her reading test. The difference was great enough for her to be diagnosed with a reading disability. Mrs. Silver is the principal of Allie's school. Allie often got sent to the principal's office, so Mrs. Silver knows Allie pretty well. Mr. Daniels and her have talked about how to help Allie with her dyslexia. Mrs. Silver is very proud of how Allie has transformed and how she is now able to read the poster in the office. Mrs. Nickerson is Allie's biological mother. She is representing both parents because Allie's father is currently overseas and unable to attend. Mrs. Nickerson has 2 children, and the youngest is Allie. She works at A.C. Peterson Farms as a waitress and has very little free time to interact with her children. She is loving and patient and wants the best for her children, and she knows how smart Allie is, but never realized that she was having such issues in reading. Janet Luth is a licensed therapist who is at the meeting to help out with ideas on how to make Allie help with her emotional outbursts and how to help her stay emotionally strong. She often works with kids that have reading, writing, and language disabilities. She was requested by one of the educators and has helped school students in the past. She is concerned about Allie's tendency to lock up and her outbursts when she gets frustrated. When Allie is reading, the words seem to move, so she has never been able to focus on reading them. Allie will start with phonics and sounding out each letter in a word before sounding out the entire word. This will be evaluated by the phonics book test, and she will be expected to reach 80% accuracy in 9 out of 10 times. Currently, she can sound out with 10% accuracy in 9 out of 10 tries. Additionally, Allie will improve her reading accuracy and fluency to 5th grade proficiency level at 80% 4 out of 5 times. She will be evaluated by running records of her reading out loud. Currently, she reads 10% accurate 4 out of 5 times. In order to attain these goals, she's going to need a little bit of help. Mr. Daniels will provide accommodations in his regular education classroom by providing coursework with larger font. The minimum font size she would have on any handout is 30. In addition, other texts that cannot be resized will either be read aloud as she follows along, or she will be provided with text audio software or books on tape as necessary. She will also have a large dry erase board at her desk so she can write on it when she's needed to. We want Allie to be placed where she is going to be able to succeed the most. Allie will be in her regular education classroom for 60% of the day and will be pulled out for special education services to focus on her reading ability for 40% of the day. Because there is no support at home for several hours after school releases, she will attend an after-school study session each day until 4 p.m. The after-school program will continue to work on her special education skills. Her regular education teacher and special education teachers will both keep detailed records of her scores, progress, and emotional outbreaks. These records will be compared on a weekly basis for the first 2 months to determine if she is making progress or requires a different approach to learning. Allie is a very smart girl. She excels at math, problem solving, and art. Her social skills are slowly improving, and she is finally recognized as a fellow student to her classmates. She has skillfully hidden her inability to read from every adult she encountered until Mr. Daniels in 6th grade. He has changed her life by working with her, pointing out her strengths, and respecting her. Currently, she is making great strides with after-school tutoring. By providing her with special education services, we expect that she will quickly catch up to her grade level expectations. Thank you.